Good morning, traders. It's Thursday, the 27th of June, and this is the Dax Technical Analysis. The trading disclaimer is in the description if you're watching this video on YouTube. I hope you guys are well and are doing well this week. And let's go and take a look and see what we can do for today. So the DAX has started positively today. It rose in pre-market ahead of the long-anticipated G20 summit this weekend. And United States President Donald Trump and his counterpart Xi Jinping are scheduled to meet in Osaka. So that's pretty good. So there's a tentative truce that's been agreed ahead of the talks. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what comes out from there. Now, on the data front, investors, traders alike are all waiting for the inflation figures, which you can see on the economic calendar. Let's just go and flip that over here. There we go. So we've got the harmonised index of consumer prices in Germany. The forecast is 1.3%. You can see over the last couple of years that the figures have varied quite dramatically, and we are currently way down. Expecting 1.3%. So I think we've also got the European Commission's Business Climate Survey of the Eurozone. There we go. And again, since 2017 October, this has been declining pretty much month on month. So expected forecast for that, just 0.23. But overall, really, I mean, the dominant story seems to still be to do with Iran. The tensions are still there. They've pretty much threatened or warned the United States pretty strongly that next time they come into their borders, there's going to be a stronger reaction. And that the downing of their drone, the US drone, was a good experience for them to avoid any aggression against their borders. Whatever your opinion is, I guess you can discard what they've said, but America want oil, and they're going to bully as many people as they want in order to get what they want, and that's just how they work. So that'll be interesting. And in the UK, Boris Johnson continuing his strong claims to basically say there will be pretty much no chance that UK are going to leave the European Union without a deal. I mean, quite frankly, I think it's a load of shit. I think it's just words. They all say the same thing, and it all pretty much ends the same way, which is chaos, indecision, and it's just a load of rubbish. Anyway, I'll get out of my cantankerous mood today. And let's just take a look at the market. So you can see here on the hourly chart, we have had this break below the lower median line parallel on this upsloping fork. And you'll see that price action has continued to respect this sliding parallel, which I've pulled, which is just literally a parallel from the lower median line. And continues to respect that. We bounced from it. I actually attempted a long this morning. It didn't work. And I think I've had two longs. One didn't work, and the other one was a break-even stop, which is unfortunate. But it's kind of wondering whether it's going to just continue to respect this line, break back inside, and head higher. It's certainly one scenario. So we'll take a look at that one first, that scenario. We don't have any points of controls above us to aim for as a target. The only one that we have is to the downside, and that's down there at 11,934. But targets to the upside, we certainly are going to be able to begin to test this previous high from back here, and beyond that, of course, we're going to be looking for another previous high that would be back there. We've got a point of control over here, just around the 400 level, which would be a longer term or a wider target that I'd like to see if we do manage to continue to break higher from here. Okay, and that's actually the chart I did want, so I'm just going to zoom back in on this. As far as price action is concerned, yesterday, so there was a consolidation in the pre-market underneath the value area of the previous day. We broke above the pivot and inside the value area high, value area low, which was this line down here, and from there caught a decent rally. Nice trade was sent out yesterday. That was a good signal. It was about 80 points on that one, so congratulations to those that took that. Go and check that out on the signals. or find out more about that on the signals page if you're looking to get access to those. And retracement all the way back down to the ignition point. So the ignition was here, and you can see that there was a reaction, a retracement all the way back down to that zone, and again just continues to accumulate, and price moved up to test this high again this morning. So pretty interesting spot, trapped in this kind of mini zone at the moment, and I'd like to see us break out of that one way or another. Okay, the point of control and the pivot, we've already taken those out from yesterday. They were down here, central, in the center of the profile, should I say. And what I do like is that we're currently above this 5-day composite value area high, which is where the two colors change, and I'd like to see us stay above that 270. If we do break below, the test back towards this 236 zone is possible, and I'd like to see the value area low hold and continue to build higher from there. Alright, strategy wise, so for yesterday, let's just replay this. I mean, again, just to talk you through the process. If the background is green, I'm looking for buys, and an entry is where price action turns from any other color to green, basically. And so the example was these two, and you would simply put your stop loss below the dot, which is actually hidden in that arrow at the moment, and then you enter at the beginning of the next candle, which would have been here. That's a 16-point stop loss, and you're looking for 4 to 1, and that one just closed off of my chart. So 4 to 1's actually quite a way up there, but that's the idea that you'd be looking for. Okay, in this particular example, price action would have created a second signal whilst this trade was still open, so that second signal would have been ignored, and that first signal would have actually been taken out at a stop loss, so you would be then flat, and then you look for the next signal. There it is. You open at the start of the next candle, you put your stop loss below the dots, and depending on where your stop loss might be, it may have been a little bit more than that, however it may have been, but that gives you the idea. If you'd have got in perfectly, that would have been the spot to have done it. As far as the trade was concerned, yesterday I got in on a long, and I'm just going to try and find the details here. 123 was the trade number. This one here. Let's paste that in over here. There we go. That was the trade I got in on. So I got in on 190, stop loss down at 170, so it was a little bit lower. It was actually down there, and I was looking for 4 to 1. So I'm trying to kind of redo the trade, if you like. So looking for excuse me. There we go, got it at 190. That's why not 193. I was trying to figure out why the numbers weren't roughly adding up. That gives you the idea of where it is, something like that. And price action did manage to catch that quite nicely, and you'll see that it ran off. It started to kind of retrace. It held above the dots, which was good. It got itself into this deviation high, which is where price is a little bit stretched, but being a morning session, the bands are pretty small anyway, so quite happy to just let that play out. It created another signal here, which would have been ignored because one was still open, and then a third signal, and then luckily for us it shot off right the way up to the target, and it was a nice 4% added to the account, so very, very pleased with that. In the afternoon session, after the break, it actually was bearish, and there were a couple of sell signals as well that could have been taken, and it would have been activated or executed in exactly the same way. You put your stop loss above the dot, enter on the open of the next candle, and you look for 4 to 1. So the strategy worked out quite nicely on a couple of occasions there for yesterday. So again, like I said, congratulations if you took those. If you want more information about that, then check it out in the links on the homepage, and yeah, feel free to use it if you're a Sierra Charts user. Okay, let's just quickly take a look at the economic calendar, and then we're going to jump into the session. Nope, forget that. I've already gone through this, so just ignore me. We're done. Just pay attention to, like I say, the business climate and the harmonised index of consumer prices. GDP numbers for the US in the afternoon session, and you've got the initial jobless claims as well. So there's a few US numbers in the afternoon, so make sure you pay attention to those. Anyway, guys, that's me done for today. I'll be back again tomorrow with another video, but until then, have a good trading day and take care.